What's up, Lou?
A tiny or toony. It's time to do the podcast. I don't care. I didn't prepare anything.
Why not?
I sat here for 5 minutes and didn't prepare anything, even though I knew I was the one who was going to have to make a joke.
Oh, I honestly didn't even know whose turn it was. I was just gonna throw it on you no matter what.
Oh, so there was nothing I could do. I
Yeah.
was just always going to be fucked. Okay. Good to know.
Lou,
Well,
can I ask you a question?
I guess you can ask me a question.
Are you a Tiny Toons mega head?
I don't know if that would be the word to describe me. Um, are you trying to are you trying to imply something here?
No, just are you a big Tiny Toons fan? You love Tiny Toons, the original classic, all your favorite characters, Babs and Buster Bunny, all of
Babs and
them?
Buster Bunny, they're here at Looniversity. Time to do the show.
That's
That's not how the words go.
not even how not either version of that song.
Um, welcome to Looney Duels. We're talking about Tiny Toons,
Yeah.
Tiny Toons Looniversity, the college of our dreams. This is a new show that came out.
The subtitle. I like the idea. Tiny Toons Looniversity, the college of our dreams.
We're doing a live discussion because I thought it would be a fun idea, and Ryan is moving this week. So we're like, let's just do something like easy, something fun. So we watched a little Tiny Toons, and now we're here to talk about it. So yeah, welcome everybody. We're in the Lou Brew right now, sitting in the comfy chairs and drinking our coffee. I got a carrot in mine. Do you have a carrot in yours, Ryan?
No, that's weird.
What do you mean?
I think that's really weird to put a carrot in your coffee.
Well, what do you know?
More than you apparently.
Okay. I see we're going into this discussion with a, with a really good attitude.
No, okay. Let's start at the baseline. Okay, let's get back to what I was saying. Lou, are you a Tiny Toons fan?
Ooh. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Here is what I've just decided upon. Tiny Toons Adventures, the original run of the show, which ran from 1990 to 1992. I was not there for that. I was, in fact, not alive quite yet.
Why not?
I was cooking. I wasn't quite there. I don't know if they reran this show a lot, to be honest, because what followed this show was Animaniacs. Like Animaniacs came out like pretty much when this show ended, the original run,
Mhm.
and Animaniacs, I think, was probably more successful in a lot of ways. And I remember seeing like bits of it on TV, you know? Like it was around. You
Mhm.
would see it around. Same with like, like Disney afternoon stuff, like original
Oh.
DuckTales, Darkwing Duck.
Step
Huh?
on in and step on. Here's where the fun
Yeah.
begins. There's so much
That.
to do. Get it ready just for you. Everybody's busy, just a little busy. Doing your Disney afternoon. That.
Yeah. I feel like as a kid, even though I didn't necessarily grow up in the Disney afternoon era, I still saw like a lot of those shows, at least like bits of them. So I would see a Darkwing Duck here or there, or a Tailspin. Not too much the gummy bears, but they sure were around. Whereas Tiny Toons, I just never. I gotta be honest. I have never seen a single episode of Tiny Toons. Is that sacrilege? Is that gonna get me canceled because we run a Looney Tunes
Yeah.
like the podcast?
Chat. She has not seen a single episode of Tiny Toons. In fact, she's
Hey
on.
Ryan, have you ever seen a single episode of Tiny Toons?
You're gonna feel like such an idiot here. Here's my Tiny Toons story. Y'all know Doug Walker, nostalgia critic.
Don't answer that. Nobody answer that.
You know him. Back in the day, he was a big advocate for these like Warner Bros. Cartoons. He would talk about them all the time. He described them as like the holy grail of everything. And if you know, back in the day, Doug Walker, his opinion mattered like so much. Like you laugh at that now, but he had a chokehold on the online discussion for a bit there. So him hyping up Animaniacs and Tiny Toons in particular, I think think really shifted the public opinion of those shows. And this isn't to dismiss those shows at all, not even a little bit. But I think he talking about them made me as a kid go, okay, Doug Walker thinks these shows are the best. I have to love them too. 'Cause he's the cool guy online. He's the nostalgia critic. He gets a million views when he uploads. So he's right. So I have seen just a little bit of Tiny Toons. I've seen a bit of Animaniacs, but I've only seen a little of Tiny Toons. And as a kid, I pretended that I knew more about them than I did because Doug Walker said they were the best things ever, and he was the nostalgia critic, so he couldn't be wrong. So as a kid, I pretended like I thought these cartoons were amazing, that I loved them, and in reality, I only watched like a little bit of them and most of the songs. I mostly just watched the songs. As an adult, when I kind of went back and rewatched a few of them, they're all right. They're cool. I like them enough. Yeah, I like Animaniacs more than I like Tiny Toons. If I had to put a hard opinion down on that, Tiny Toons, the original. We're not talking about the new one yet. Not the new one yet.
No, we're not talking about that yet.
The original one,
Seat.
it's fine. It's cute. It's like it's important for furry culture. I read once it was a big deal for that. Apparently, so that's something.
I'm so sorry. I just read Niall's comment. Buster Bunny is kind of Melvin, brother of the Joker.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Melvin, brother of the Joker.
You're just saying words. I feel insane for having this opinion because like those are like
No, you're right. Okay, I'm not like you're absolutely right in that there was and I think this still persists. There is this idea that like a popular internet figure, someone who is like constantly discussing like animation in particular and like video games, where they kind of hype up like their nostalgic like kind of things they were into as a kid, like original run of like TMNT, which I think is good, but like I can understand why people wouldn't really look back on it with too much fondness, especially if they didn't grow up with it. Or Tiny Toons or the original run of Animaniacs and those kinds of things. And when you're a kid on the internet and you get like you kind of attach yourself to these people and like you kind of like nod your head along with their opinions because they're older than you, they know better than you. You kind of go, yeah, you know what? Those older properties, those older versions of those things are like the best and really, really good. And some of them are still like they still hold up. Like there are a lot of old games that I've, played as a kid that I would love to share with like the younger generation. But there is also this kind of pressure that if you kind of attach your opinions to those kinds of personalities, then you kind of like give yourself fake nostalgia, if that makes sense, for like stuff you didn't even watch as a kid. You like you like, oh, Doug Walker said Tiny Toons was like awesome and he put like the Tiny Toons movie in like his top 10 something or the other, and you're like, well, it's got to be really good then. And you could watch it and maybe you do really like it, or you could watch it and kind of like be trying to make yourself like it because you were told it was good by someone whose like opinions you value.
Doug
If that makes
Walker
sense.
was a fool. He didn't even like the original Nicktoons that much, and I'm just gonna say it like Rocco and Hey Arnold clear Animaniacs and Tiny Toons. That's attack me all you want. Attack me all you want. That's my opinion.
And there's a kind of dismissal for like newer shows too. Like when newer iterations of like older like IPs or even just like brand new concepts in general, a lot of people won't give them the time of day. But we're getting off topic. But I get what you mean.
Lou. I watched Animaniac Duncan's Why She-Ra reboot is the biggest disaster ever video, 3 hours long. And I didn't watch any of that cartoon, but I know it's the worst now because he told me it was.
Yeah. I didn't watch a single episode of this cartoon, but somebody online told me it was dog shit, so I trust them.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I did went around and started like watching like clips. This is the best way I could do it is I just like look YouTube searched Tiny Toons adventure clips and kind of just like watched through them. I read through the Wikipedia page because I honestly didn't know that much about it. And so I wanted to educate myself because I wanted to be transparent when we talk about the new one that like I don't know a lot about the original run, and maybe if I was like a huge Tiny Toon head and like cared about the original version of the characters or anything like that, I would probably feel pretty different about the newer one,
Yeah,
right? I'd have a different kind of
let's keep
mindset.
this right out of the way. Since we don't care about the original Tiny Toons that much, the reboot making Babs and Buster Bunny related now isn't so earth shattering to us that we need to protest the Warner Bros. Company.
So yeah, they're not related in the original run, and there's kind of like, is there a romantic
I
tension,
believe there
or is it
is.
just some,
Yeah,
or is it just something people made up in their head?
I believe it is. The romantic in the original one. Right. I'll say this before we can talk about the show. This one seems to be a complete clean slate. Like not the same continuity as the original one. Um, the characters are meeting for the first time in this is what they kind of act like. Plucky Duck and Buster Bunny have never met before this show in this timeline. So this is a new continuity. Hey, we got any gamers? We got any gamers in the crowd?
Why are you talking about gaming?
No, check this out. You ever played Mega Man before? You know how in the original Mega Man continuity, Roll was Mega Man's sister, and then Roll was the only girl Mega Man character. So every time they made a new continuity, she would now be his love interest because they couldn't make another girl character. It's like that in reverse.
So I'll just say this. I think that, let's just start here. I think that this show brings so much to the Looney Duels narrative. I
Okay.
think there's a lot to discuss here in terms of what we do here, which is scientifically study Looney Tunes as we prepare them for the giant Fortnite battle royale PUBG Fall Guys Among Us. No, that's not right. Battle that we're gonna put them in. But before we get too deep into that, um, what would you rate this show out of 10? Just base
Okay.
feeling of it, of the 2 episodes you watched.
Sometimes people will hear a number under like 8 and think you hate it. Like she hates it. She gave it a number under 8. She must hate it. I don't work that way. I don't work that way. I am coming into this show as
You're coming?
I'm coming into this show as an adult. And it is a show for little kids. And I hold the opinion. I think sometimes people hear it's for kids and think that's supposed to be like an insult or like to it, like to put it down. I don't consider that. I just think sometimes shows are made for different audiences, and that's perfectly fine. I don't like Teen Titans Go that much, but it's for 4-year-olds. I don't. It's fine. It's fine that I don't like it because the 4-year-olds who watch it like it, and that's what matters. That sounds insulting. I realize this. No, it's not an insult. Though I mean it. I genuinely mean it. If a kid's show is for kids, and it's the kids like it, that's what matters most. My opinion as an adult does not matter. Anyway, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
I can vibe with that. I'd maybe lean towards a 7.2
Mm,
out of 10, but Foghorn's in it, so like that just kind of
okay.
automatically bumped it over.
I'm also gonna give it this. I like this a lot more than I liked the episodes of the Animaniacs reboot I watched. The Animaniacs reboot like actively got annoying to me sometimes. But
Yeah.
this one was like, I can watch like an episode or 2 more of this, probably have no problem. It's I like this one more. This one I think it's just genuinely better. Comparing the 2 Warner Bros. Reboots they've done recently. This one, I guess this is a lot less self-aware about being a reboot.
Yeah.
It's one of the
I think
reasons.
it looks better too.
Yeah, I noted that when I was watching it. This one just looks better. The humans don't look like Johnny Test NPCs, and that's a huge improvement for me.
Yeah, I had more fun with this one. Whenever I watched Animaniacs reboot, it would be like I would be staring at the screen and kind of just like eyes glazed over, and then Pinky and the Brain would show up, and I'd go ha ha ha, and then they'd go away, and my eyes would glaze over again, and I wouldn't be that into it anymore. So I enjoyed this. I think it's very cute. Um, I think it looks good. I think there's a few times where it's like a little awkward, like
Hmm.
animated wise, but I think that's just like par for the course with like animation. There's just going to be some scenes that look better than others. Um, we watched we thumbed through an episode like literally 5 minutes before we
Yeah,
started this
so
discussion.
so to say, we both watched the same episodes. There's one on YouTube for free. It's like a Plucky Duck Doctor episode. We watched that one, and then we both later watched episode 1 on Max later. I was going to watch one more before the show tonight, but then I started watching a video about competitive Yoshi and Melee and got distracted and forgot to. So I've seen those 2 episodes in full.
Yeah, we thumbed through an episode that was, I think, the earliest look at the show. Like it's an episode where Bugs teaches Buster about drag and then some about an nemesis. I don't know. We watched maybe a minute of it, but like we fast forwarded through most of it just to kind of like look at it.
We just wanted to see the drag
And
episode a bit.
yeah, and it was like there was a I remember the clip specifically because it was like kind of the first look at the show, and it's I don't know why they chose that clip to show because it's probably the worst looking like episode of the of the show like
Yeah,
by far.
the show animates pretty well. Otherwise, it's just that the one episode that looks kind of weird. I'm seeing chat here was the one we watched might have been done by a different studio, and that explains it.
Okay, yeah, that does explain it because there are some moments in here where I was kind of like, "Oh, wow, that looks nice." Like that's a really nice little bit of animation. The toony stuff is fun. It's bouncy, it's energetic. They play around with a lot of different things. I laughed a few times. Like I got a genuine laugh out of it.
The characters move a lot, not in that like entertain your kids flailing their arm type of way, but like character acting kind of way. Like if Plucky's being like a little bastard, he's like moving in like a lot of ways that like a lot of maybe even smaller subtle ways that like pronounce his character a bit more, and there's like some nice little moments like that I enjoyed. And again, I feel like it's like the Animaniacs reboot. I hate to compare it to that, but it's like the easiest thing to compare it to because they're both like these Warner Bros reboot. I don't think that one had a lot of moments like that to me, where like there was just lots of like little nice character acting moments where I thought this one had stuff like that a decent amount.
I liked the voice acting a lot too. I'm sure Eric Bowes is in there a lot.
And she's Buster.
Yeah. There's just a lot of fun performances. Hampton's great. Is that also Eric? Is he doing Hampton?
I don't know. I don't think that's him. I know he's doing Buster. Let me check. Let me go to.
Is he doing Plucky?
Okay. Eric Bauza is Buster, and then David Ergo Jr. is Plucky and Hampton.
I really like Hampton's like slight southern twang. I don't know if that was a component in the original, but it's really good. Like he because like let's all point out the obvious. The Tiny Toons are meant to look like like reminiscent of Looney Tunes characters, like Babs and Buster being Bugs, Plucky being Daffy, Hampton being the pig, the pig, the pig,
A pig.
Porky.
The pig.
The being Porky.
He has a name.
But they're at least in this, like I said, I don't know about the original too much. They're kind of have their own, personalities and way of speaking, which is really, really good. Hampton, I really like Hampton. I love every time he starts talking, I'm just like, oh, look at him. He's a little guy.
Now, forget any review of the show. Let's talk about the most important thing. Buster Bunny's been a little gay boy in this.
Buster Bunny, they like injected him with something. The episode that's free on YouTube is actually the 7th episode
Yeah.
in the series. I didn't know that. I thought that like many shows that put their first episode like in on YouTube, they're like, oh, here's like you can watch the first episode of the DuckTales reboot on YouTube for free. You can watch like Owl House on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
I was like, of course they put, they put the first episode of Looniversity. So me and my girlfriend, we get in there, we start watching it, and like the characters already know each other and like are like just doing like they're being very dramatic. Like Buster is sad because Hampton got accepted into medical school, so he's gonna leave. And Buster is like torn up about it. Like the entire episode, he keeps talking about how much he's gonna miss Hampton and how much he loves Hampton, and it's kind of gay.
It's a little gay.
Just a little gay. It's Very sweet though, but it was very funny for that to be the first episode because I mean, I assumed it was the first episode until about halfway through, and then I was like, "Oh wait, this is not the first episode." Just because I was like, "Oh, they just kind of like expect us to kind of pick it up, just understand the characters as we go along. There's no need to like set it up or anything. It's just like, yeah, they're in a Looney Tunes school. Okay, get over it. Like,
Mhm.
get in there." I'm like, "All right, damn, I'm here, I guess."
Buster's also the focus of the drag episode we skimmed through, so make of that what you will.
Mhm. So good, so good. Uh, but let's take a moment here.
Okay.
In the episode that's free on YouTube, there is a there is a Wile E. Coyote B plot.
Of fucking course there was, though.
And there was not only a witch hazel mention, a
Mhm,
full
mhm.
on witch hazel appearance. I was jumping up and down in my seat.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing cartwheels. I was very excited to see witch hazel appear in this show as just like like an actual character. I was like, "Oh my god, it's her. It's witch hazel." I was so happy.
And she joins the school at the end, so future Witch Hazel appearances, question mark?
Yes, please, please, please. Wile E. Coyote, I was wondering if they would make him talk or not, just because like he's in a school setting, but no, he doesn't. He like lifts up signs to talk or just kind of like talks through action, which is fine. He's like a science professor or something. And he kind of figures out the way toon biology is, and this is going to be important. So everyone pull out
Oh,
your
this is
notebooks
huge.
and
This
your
is huge.
spreadsheets. So he explains via video how toons work, like their DNA, their biology, which is something that like I don't think we've ever really explored much of because we kind of every time something like Looney happens, we're like, well, they're toons, like that's just how it works. But they specifically have a certain type of toony DNA that if that DNA gets disrupted for whatever reason, if they get like smashed with an anvil, they'll like just actually be smashed and they won't be able to bounce back from it, which does happen when Wile E. Coyote poisons the water supply
Yeah,
and everyone in the
he
school.
poisons the water supply.
Yes, everyone in the school like loses their tune by like DNA. So because he accidentally sprays some like anti-tune, like it's called, what was it called? The Looney DNA dissolver like solution, and he tries to give it to Roadrunner, which put a pin in that. He spills it into the water tower, and literally everybody in the show like just stops being able to like to use their toony abilities. So
But I just want to take a step back real quick. I think it's a really funny Wile E. Coyote subplot in this is he wants to hurt the Roadrunner. It's pretty much the intent here. He wants the Roadrunner to feel real pain this time.
yeah, and okay, I guess I'm taking the pin out. So every like classic Looney Tunes character is like a teacher or a faculty member in this show.
Mm,
So you got Foghorn, he's the coach. Granny is the dean of the school. Coyote's the professor. Daffy and Bugs are just like miscellaneous teachers. Yada yada. Roadrunner, what is he? Is he just a guy? Like he's not. We don't see him teaching a class. He just kind of is like running around.
Um, I think he's just a guy.
So he's just like around.
Yeah, I mean, some of the other tunes like they get like other things. Like Sylvester's like a little mailman at one point. And then like Az runs like the little shop they hang out at. I guess Roadrunner is just a guy who exists in this world.
He just like, runs around like the campus for like what reason? And Wiley hates him. At the end of the episode, Granny like gets mad at him and like grabs him by the collar, and he's like, I guess we're gonna have to get you back into nemesis management therapy."
So
So
what is the implication of that? Is can Wiley like it's like Bugs, Daffy, okay, so like if Bugs and like Elmer in this world like they could like hang out at dinner together, no problem. Like they dealt with all their problems. They know when to act up and when not to. Does this imply Wile E. Coyote is deranged beast who at any moment can snap and need to kill him on the spot?
I think that is implied because the drag episode we kind of like skimmed through brings up the theory of like when you're a toon, you have a nemesis, right? There's another toon that you are just destined to want to fight and like, have a playful gag with. Uh, Barnyard Dog and Foghorn, Bugs and like half the cast of Looney Tunes, all this Daffy and Porky, that kind of thing. Uh, so with Roadrunner and Wily, I think every other tune, they could be in a room with their nemesis and be like, "Okay, this is just for fun," right? At the end of the day.
Uh
Not Wily.
uh
Not never Wily.
You think like Wiley has sort of like Bugs is like going out the night, like he hears a noise like on the campus, and he like walks out, he like rubs his eyes and he's tired. And he like shines his flashlight, and Wiley has Roadrunner in his mouth, shredding him, swinging him side to side, and Bugs like, "Oh, Mac, why?"
This is not how it was meant to go.
No, we talked about this, Mac. And then Daffy's like, "What's that noise?" Then he sees it happen. He's like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!" Then Sylvester walks by, like, "Wow, and I thought I had problems."
I love this episode you're writing right now.
Oh, and then Granny walks by and she goes, "Oh dear." Oh, and then Porky walks by. He's like, "Oh, jeez."
What happens when Foghorn walks by?
I say, boy, we need to get you some. We need to get you. I say, we need to get you some help. I say therapy. I mean, by that I mean support.
Really good, really good. Everybody clap for Ryan. Uh, in this episode and the first episode, they have a weird fixation with depicting Granny as like really swole. Like in both episodes, in
She's
the
awesome.
When Hampton goes to medical school, she's like lifting weights in her office, and her arms are like fucking huge.
So, I
And
really like this chat comment from Niall, and then Tweety steps through the portal. "Oh, dear, the multiverse, guys. You need to come here with me. Is there some kind of multiverses in there, Mick? Here I come." Okay, sorry. Go on.
Do you want me to continue talking about Granny's giant muscles, or do you
Yeah,
want to write
no,
more?
yeah, no,
write more multiverse fan fiction
No,
for the
no.
tiny verse.
No, go on. You're good.
Anyway, in the first episode, Granny challenges Babs Bunny to an arm wrestling match, and she like has just this like giganto arm that she uses, and then she makes Babs wear a shirt that says "pwned" on it. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. Well, you know what? I think it's time.
Time for what?
I think we have to address all the rumors about they them Tweety. I think we have to. I think we gotta.
Oh my. Yeah. Okay. So I've not watched any episode of the show yet where Tweety Bird physically appears. Like, I don't know if Tweety Bird is in this show, like in it at some point. But at some point, they're talking about all the tunes, and they're like, "Oh, it's Marvin. He with his blaster, and then Daffy with his routines." And they mention Tweety, and when they say Tweety, like Tweety with their. Hmm? Huh?
Huh?
What is that? Wait, what? Tweety Bird? Tweety Bird? Is Tweety Bird non-binary?
I think we have to accept that. I think that's got to be the natural conclusion to all our "is Tweety a boy or a girl?" You know what? Tweety doesn't have to be either. Tweety can be a they themy.
What is this being for the sake of our show?
I think that we have to consider everything Sylvester does now a hate crime.
Okay, that's true.
I think that, but no, Sylvester would be supportive. What am I talking about? Sylvester would.
Did you watch King Tweety?
Yeah, in King Tweety, there is Tweety has an ancestor who is a they themy. So I think it's maybe that, like, meeting their ancestor made them, like, think about it a little bit, think about their gender and how they, like, present,
Hmm.
and maybe Tweety just wanted to try out some different pronouns, you know?
Okay, is that lore?
Yeah, sure. I really like this comment. Non-binary Tweety be like, "I thought I
It's
saw a gender."
heartbreaking. The worst tune you know just came out of non-binary. Could have been fucking Sam Sheepdog.
God. Now, Sweetie Bird, we have to talk about Sweetie Bird. If we're on the I don't want to use the word woke, and I want you all to know I'm using it in like a mocking way. I do not think Tiny Tooniversity is gendering your kids or
I
whatever.
do.
But Sweetie Bird, who is the Tweety Bird girl, uh, she mentions casually that she has lesbian moms, and she's all about justice, social justice, maybe even. So she's pretty raw, I think.
Yeah. We were talking about gay little Buster Bunny earlier. I think Sweetie Bird might be a little gay too.
I think she could. I think she's pretty gay with Babs, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that first episode, if the Hampton pig episode was the Yowie episode, the episode one was a bit of the Yuri episode in some ways.
What was that thing you typed earlier? We're
Yeah,
Yuri, we're
we're Yowie,
Yowie.
we're all a little gay.
So yeah, it's just kind of like a really casual thing they talk about, just with Sweetie Bird, I thought she was going to be a lot more like heavy-handed, but
Uh,
she's fine. I like her. She's funny.
yeah, it's like not like when Futurama tries to do a modern take at bad ever. Close comparison I can think of. She's just kind of like generally a bit progressive, and like when she sees a cool woman, she's like, "Ah, yeah, cool, yeah." She's like, she doesn't like tell Bluster, "Don't mansplain to me." There's nothing cringy like that ever.
What was that? What was that one in the Animaniacs line in the theme song? How did that one go?
Gender balance, pronoun neutral, and ethnically diverse. I remember the night I saw that for the first time, in tears.
One more time. What was that? It was gender what?
Gender balance, pronoun neutral, and ethically diverse. I don't even know what those words mean.
What does that mean?
Gender balance, pronoun neutral, and ethically diverse.
Never mansplaining.
They're just saying words.
When Sweetie Bird talks, I don't get the feeling that I do when a lot of like characters written like her, where I'm just like, oh, a man wrote this. Like
Yeah,
a man wrote
yeah.
these lines. And Sweetie Bird is just written very like she just is one of the guys, she just talks like a normal person would. She doesn't get like really uppity about anything or like I don't know, your stereotypical like, oh, I'm a feminist girl and I'm gonna be like really in your face about it, but like unrealistically in your face about it.
She's
And
written like how a normal person like this would be.
right, exactly. Which is good. I like Sweetie Bird. I looked up what she looked like in the original because I was curious what kind of like design changes they made with the characters, and they do look pretty different. Sweetie Bird especially. Plucky, they gave him a shirt. He used to only wear like a little tank top, which I think is really sad for him. And Hampton's wearing like in the original wearing these little like overalls, but in this he has like full like pants, shirt, like little puffy vest, which is very cute. I love you, Hampton. I'm a Hampton fan. I was gonna admit it. I'm a Hampton fan.
I'm gonna
I
put
really like him.
an image of original Sweetie Bird on screen right now, just so everyone can see this amazing image I just saw for like stock art.
You gotta see Sweetie Bird, original Sweetie Bird.
Now, something I want to talk about is they didn't really redesign these characters height-wise. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think there's lots of little small Tiny Toons, Looney Tunes guys. I can believe they're college age, while still being like small. That's fine. I really don't question that. It's fine. One question though. There is one member of this college who is a Mouse wearing a diaper?
That's right. What's his name? They say it at one point.
I don't know, but I don't want to look up Tiny Toons diaper to figure it out. Look up Tiny Toons diaper
mouse.
Oh my god. Okay, it's I Sneezer.
I Sneezer? Oh my god. I love him.
Oh, Little Sneezer. I misread that wrong.
Oh god, Little Sneezer. Okay. There's also Dizzy, which is the Tasmanian devil like equivalent. And Dizzy wears like a propeller hat.
Well, that's fine. That's badass.
So here's the thing I learned when I was doing my Wikipedia search. So when I thought of Tiny Toons Adventure, having not a lot of knowledge of it, I thought it was just your kind of basic, like gaggy, cartoon show, kind of like Animaniacs. They do like whatever they want, essentially. I actually didn't know that the Looniversity, like the school aspect, was something from the original. It's not the central focus. In the original, they like occasionally have episodes at the school, but it's not like always that. But in this show, it is like about them being at school and going to school, and like they don't really leave the school, which I think makes for a more cohesive show. Which I mean, not that like the other way was bad or anything, but I think that it gives a little, there's a lot to do in a school setting, and especially with Looney Tunes characters. So I think it's fun that they get to just like be at school. I like it.
Just so everyone knows, the little baby I put on screen, he looks like not different at all in the new one. He's still a little diaper baby wearing mouse, and he's at college. I don't know if this is I don't know if they address this ever in the cartoon. I don't know if it's like a joke, like, oh, he's the first baby to make it to college, or he's like a super genius baby or something. I don't know. I don't know if he's just a freakish like adult wearing a little baby. I don't know if he's like a baby Herman type. I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know.
But well, maybe like these characters are like baby like Herman from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where they're drawn as kind of these like younger looking toons, and they don't really ever age really. And they just, they're still growing up and stuff, but
they're a little taller than they are on the original. I'm looking at the original ones now, like compared to these new ones. They do look a bit older. Like they're still like not like a grown adult looking, but like I'm looking at like original Babs, who's like a little bucktooth super baby, blue eyes. This new one, she looks like she's like older,
like a teenager at least.
Yeah,
I could see that. I think that's the hardest sell for me is like, I don't even think they're trying to be like, yeah, these guys are like all 19 or 20 and they're in. I think it's not meant to be taken that seriously, but I do think it helps that they do like they clothe them fully, like looking at Sweetie Bird over there, and give them like like stretch them out a little bit, make them a little bit more smarter, more coherent.
Okay, I just need to ask real quick, chat. What are you talking about Cool Cat for? The Looney Tune Cool Cat? The one that sucks?
I don't think we've talked about Cool Cat a single time.
Why do you want us to talk about Cool Cat for?
We're talking about Tiny Toons Looniversity.
Anyway, go on.
Who's Chillest Cat? Is that another character?
I know. I'm looking this up. There better not be a character called Chillest Cat. This better be a lie.
Wait.
Okay.
Is Cool Cat in the show?
Is he? Okay, hold on.
Oh my god, no. Is Cool Cat in Looniversity?
There is like an end. Oh my god, he is. I'm looking at him. He has a son named Chillest Cat who checks Acme Looniversity for coolness. What the fuck?
That can't be real.
It's real.
It's not real.
I'm gonna send you a picture of Chillest Cat, and then I'm gonna put him on screen.
No, let me take a look. Hold on.
All right, here's for you, Lou. Here's a picture of Chillest Cat.
He better be awesome. Let me see. No. No, I quit. I'm not doing it anymore.
This is Chilla's cat.
What is he? He looks like. Okay, you know who? Just based on this screenshot you provided, he reminds me a lot of Mark Beeks from the DuckTales reboot, like
Mhm.
a tech guy. You know, he's got a car that says "future" on it. I think I can get the gist of what Chilla's cat is about. Now, is
He's
Chilla's cat? Is he part of the original Cool Cat
no,
like shorts? Okay, no,
they
he's a
made him up.
completely new character.
Yeah.
Chilla's cat. Whew. Ha.
What is? Is he just Mark Beeks? Is that this character?
He's like I haven't watched his episode, so I gotta know if he's like an annoying tech bro who's like, yeah, I'm the cool. I'm on Facebook, not Facebook. I'm TikTok. You know, I wear a beanie.
I I'm gonna be thinking about Chilla's cat for
I
maybe
think
the rest of my life.
Chilla's cat bought a blue check mark and only refers to Twitter as X, the everything website. What?
Like,
I love Chilla's cat. I haven't seen his. I love him. I gotta watch this episode when this show is over. Oh my god.
okay, something I'm curious about, because I didn't really watch the original Tiny Toons, like I said. I'm curious how much the like supplemental cast like is in the original, like in terms of roles, because in this one, it's mostly focused on the main five characters, and then Dizzy Do is like kind of like the runner gag character usually. Like he's in most of the episodes, but he's usually just doing like small gags. I don't know if like in the original every like Tiny Toon got like big moments or like shorts or attention of their own, because in this one, from the ones I've watched, none of the side tunes have really done much of anything, I want to say. They're usually just there to like fill scenes out. Montana Max was in the drag episode, we saw him there, but I don't know if there's any more episodes like that. It's like, oh, this is the stupid diaper baby mouse episode.
I don't, like I said, if anyone in the chat can confirm where any of the other like tunes that aren't on the screen currently like big. Oh no, somebody said they are. They utilize the cast a lot. Okay, I figured. I think they're in this one. It's less. I mean, it's still a comedy, but it's not as like gag focused. It's like a lot more just like they're actually trying to develop characters in a way, not in anything like too serious, but it seems like they really want to focus on the like core cast, you know?
Okay, the vibe I'm getting is they kind of swapped out the like side characters' attention to give like the main Looney Tunes a bit more screen time in this one, which is interesting.
Hmm.
Because apparently the original tunes weren't in the original show that much, but in this one, it's like every episode, like one of the tunes is like part of the plot in some way.
Yeah, I watched part of the Foghorn episode because I had to, and he is in it a lot. It was really, really good. I liked him. His his breasts were rather large.
Okay, well, I said that out loud. I guess on the one hand, I imagine if you're like an original fan, you're probably mad or upset that like sidecast doesn't get a ton of attention. But I guess it's better that they acknowledge they exist in this one. They get to do like small things every once in a while. Than like the Animaniacs reboot again, where they just threw every single character out,
Yeah, they just like threw him in the dumpster,
and
you
instead
know?
you had to spend some time with all the awesome Johnny Test NPCs.
Yeah.
I know it's fucking can't have Squirrel Lady, but Sporticus Johnny Test character.
Oh no, I will say this too. Um, these episodes are pretty long.
Yeah.
They're like 22-minute episodes. Again, don't know how long the originals were. I kind of eh, I kind of feel like the longer runtime kind of hurts them a little bit for these
Okay.
episodes. I think that these episodes would be a lot punchier and funnier if they were like 11 minutes each, in my opinion.
I can see that. I can see that.
But I do like that they are longer and like regardless. I think because it's a streaming show, it's not that big of a deal. But there's like a lot of like side plots and like there's usually like two or three things going on around it. So it's fine. It doesn't like waste time. I just feel like if they're trying to go for the original kind of, where this is going to be like a fun, punchy little comedy, the longer the episodes are, like the more they're going to like kind of drag in some areas.
What would it be apt? Would it be apt to say this is kind of the Looney Tunes show to Tiny Toons? It's a more kind of grounded setting.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think they are trying to, like I said, like they're doing a consistent plot. Like they are at the school. That is the plot of the show. It's an
Mm,
overarching plot essentially, even though there's nothing like too serious going on. They're all there, they're all doing their thing. You follow the kind of the same characters each time, whereas the original, from what I gather, is like very skit heavy, like
yeah.
Animaniacs was. And like there's a lot of characters that are like just straight up missing in this one, like Elmira and all them, those kinds of people. um
Well,
so
apparently Elmira's in the show at some point.
Oh,
She's
really? Whoopsie. I
she's
didn't see
she's
her.
in the theme.
Sorry.
She's in the theme song. Like you can see her. So I imagine she's there.
Yeah.
I'd say the big difference between this and Looney Tunes show though is Looney Tunes show is like really character focused, and to me I think that makes that show I think is maybe the funniest Looney Tunes thing besides the original show. Like in my shorts, in my opinion, Looney Tunes show is like gut busting funny at times to me. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
I don't think this one is even close to as funny as that ever. I think this one is kind of doing a bit of both, more of a mix of like kind of visual, cartoony, gaggy stuff and more character driven stuff.
Yeah, I get that, where it's trying to be more fun and loose and be a lot more like toony,
Mm,
whereas Looney Tunes show was funny, but not necessarily like toony funny.
yeah.
Daffy carried that show so much.
Okay, hold on. Give some credit to the bimbo in the front line.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Lola Bunny.
Oh, and give some tension to the Goofy Gophers.
Goofy Gophers! Oh my god. They need to make Looney Tunes show again, but like make it marketed towards adults. And I swear to God, it would do so good. Like make them go to the bar, and get drunk and have sex. I think they need to do
Okay,
that.
well, I thought you were gonna say the Goofy Gophers should be in Tiny Toons, but you took that another direction.
No, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about the Looney Tunes show. Sorry, I'm a Looney Tunes show apologist. I think that the opinion for that show kind of goes up and down, and I have seen some opinions from some like really diehard Looney Tunes fans, like ones who know all the names of the animators and like know every short off the top of their head, that they don't really care for the Looney Tunes show because it's kind of antithetical to the original shorts. It's like a calm sitcom in a way, and it makes Bugs the Straight Man and all that. But I don't know. It's funny. I don't care. It's good. But yeah, no, the Goofy Gophers should be in Looniversity. It's kind of fucked up that they're not, actually, now that I'm thinking
Yeah,
about it.
I
What the
thought
fuck's going
I
on?
thought this was the woke one. They got
Yeah,
them
where's the
Tweety. They got little gay Buster. Where's the Goofy Gophers?
what do you think they would teach?
I almost said a word I shouldn't say on stream.
Musical theater. It would be the theater. They would be the drama club people. They absolutely would be. Oh man, where is Macintosh when you need them?
I say, oh, we could be such great musical theater teachers.
Yeah, they should be in there.
They can teach stupid diaper baby how to do musical theater.
You can't keep calling him stupid diaper baby. He has a name that I already forgot, but you should call him by his name.
Chat, I think chat's cut you up twice earlier.
um, there's no Henry Chickenhawk in this show either.
Ah, yeah, there isn't. Would he go to college or would he be a teacher? Because he's still like a baby.
Maybe they would show like grown up Henry Chickenhawk.
Oh, it'd be like a big man on campus. Oh, you like wear like a Leatherman jacket. You'd be like, hey, bro, check out the fresh meat, fresh meat. And then he like gets like plucky and like he like gives a huge wedgie on the statue in the middle of the school.
You think he'd be like a mean jock?
A bit of it home, but I just thought about like Henry Chickenhawk's tiny little head, like a huge muscular body.
I think I think that's exactly how I'm imagining him too. Like giant pecs, like little feet, and his head is like the same size it's always been,
Yeah.
but he just like has a giganto body.
Chicken
um,
hawk.
there's a chicken. He only eats chicken. Or I forgot how it goes.
Oh,
Hey,
you.
you know what?
Yeah.
Hampton's mom,
Okay.
she
Yeah.
can get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Hampton's mom. All right.
You're on a roll this episode. You got Foghorn Leghorn's breasts, and then you got Hampton's mom could get it.
I'm sorry, she came on the scene. She was funny. She was cute. I
Is it the
I don't
accent?
know.
You have like a thing where I was like, oh hush now, darling. Got a voice.
Put her on the
I'm
screen.
working on it.
Put Hampton's mom on the screen.
Or next to Sweetie Bird, fucking
Put
out
her
of
next
it.
to Chillest dog. No, Chillest cat. Why did I say dog?
Chillest dog. Kenny, you don't even remember the character's name.
I'm looking right at him and I couldn't remember his name. Do you think Cool Cat is proud of Chillest Cat for going to
I
going
don't
to
know.
school?
I would have to watch the show to figure the hit episode to figure out.
Yeah, I feel like we really fucked up by not watching the Chillest Cat episode.
Yeah, if I knew this character existed, that would have been there.
Why didn't anybody tell us about Chillest Cat? I'm sorry, I'm mad now.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't tell us ahead of time. He said you guys gotta watch the Chillest Cat episode. I would have watched it. I would have watched the Chillest Cat episode. I would have been there. I would have been first in line, front seat. Like, come on.
From what I've gathered, online, I made a joke about this earlier. That Tiny Toons was shockingly important to furry culture. And I know one of those reasons is a lot of children watch this show and like got feelings for specifically the character, the little skunk girl, the little skunk one.
Oh, I
like,
read what her name was and I totally forgot.
It's Fifi LaFume.
Fifi LaFume.
I have to wonder if there's any like now grown up furries or now grown up men in denial about being a furry who are so mad she's like a C character in this one.
Was she like a major character in the original show?
I don't think she was like part of the main cat group. Like she wasn't like, I think the Plucky, Hampton, and Babs and Buster are like the main characters, but she was one of the more prevalent side characters in the original, I think. And I have to wonder, you know, if there's any now grown up furries or now like again grown up men who are furries in denial had to punch a hole next to their SpongeBob Scumbob episode while enraged that she's not a more prevalent character.
She is in the show though. Like she's as relevant as like a Stinky Diaper Mouse Toon, you know. She's around. Maybe there'll be an episode about her, like if there's a season 2. I don't know.
But where's the episode about the fucking his Buzzard Beaker's little baby version? Where's his episode? Where's the demand for him?
One?
Yeah, I think his name is
about Tiny Toons.
His name is Go Dodo is the one. He's Concord Condor.
Hold on, I'm looking him up right now because I don't believe you.
Concord Condor, look him up. He's real.
Oh, ew.
What? Ew.
Ew.
What? Why you?
Ew, he looks gross.
What about him is okay, wait, hold on. I need to put him on screen. Maybe I see what you mean. I think I found the source of the problem here. I'm gonna put him on screen real quick. I think up from the top he's fine. He's a little silly cartoon guy. The problem really is when you get down to his feet area and he's got these just massive sausage toes. I don't like them. I don't like his big sausage toes. That's my problem with him.
I think everything about him sucks. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, He's fine from like the top. Like he's like oh geez Louise, like kind of like that kind of design. But like when you get down to his big sausage toes, I don't like it.
I think I look at him and I don't like him. I think that's how I feel.
Why? What don't you like about him specifically? I want a reason besides his big sausage toes.
I don't like his bowl haircut.
Can you let a little guy try some things?
No.
Can you let a little? Can you imagine if you went up to a child on the street and you saw him with a bull haircut? And you're like, I hate you. You fucking suck.
No, do you want to see a real Chad child? Put this guy on the screen. Put this guy. I don't. I had to look him up because I didn't know his name. I saw him in the background of Tiny Toons Looniversity, but he doesn't have a single speaking line. He's a little chicken boy, and he looks like a Chad. So put him on the screen. Oh, his name is Foulmouth. How funny!
I think Foulmouth sucks.
What's wrong with you?
I hate Foulmouth. What are we even talking? We're not talking about anything right now. We're looking at pictures of Tiny Toons and going, "That sucks." That's all we're doing. This is not a real episode anymore.
I think, what was this one? Condor?
Yeah.
He needs a little work. I think we could fix him, but it's going to take some time.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
Can you go on the Tiny Toons wiki and look up Bookworm real quick?
Okay.
I think you're gonna like Bookworm.
I don't know. Oh. Oh no! Look at him. Where is he in Tiny Toons Looniversity? Where is his starring episode? This is the best character that's ever happened. Oh my god, look at him. Oh my god.
I really like him.
He's green. He has the big reading glasses. I mean, whatever you imagine when you hear the word bookworm, it's just him. That's him right there.
He's really good, I think, actually. I think he's the best character.
Can you put this picture of him with this book that says worm lore on it? Can you put that up for me?
Looks like a fucking Veggie Tales character in this screenshot. Looks like he's gonna teach me about like the Bible in this screenshot.
I think we need to get this train back on track.
Okay.
I'm going to grab something
okay.
from the other room. Will you entertain them for like 2 minutes while I go get the thing I need to get?
Yeah.
Okay, have fun.
So, who's everyone's favorite Tiny Toon? Got anyone got any favorite Tiny Toons? I like Dodo. This is the Dodo one. He's pretty funny. Looniversity. That guy, he's funny. Waiting for those chat responses. It'll be awesome when I see them. Hype is real for when it happens.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, all this shit we've been talking about, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't even matter anymore, okay? You want to know why?
Why?
We're not here to review Concord Fuck or Diaper Shitty Mouse Pissant, okay? We're talking about Duels, okay?
Okay.
What does this add to what we've been researching for years now about Looney Tunes? What does it mean that they have a school where they learn to be loony? What does that do for the meta?
Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And now I'm going to think about it for a second so I can respond to that question.
Okay.
Sorry, real quick, I got distracted. I was looking at Go-Go Dodo's page, and one of the categories is locked pages, and I just want to know what happened. What
happened on the Go-Go Dodo fan wiki page?
Okay. Okay, anyway. Thinking. Could the Looney Tunes Society, perhaps? Now, I'm gonna become, what is it, the gamer channel where they sit at their podcast station.
Okay.
Could the Looney Tunes world be built on this, like, system where, like, one day you're gonna grow up and you're just gonna become a motherfucker?
So like you're destined to just be like a chaotic entity of some sort.
Yeah, like you have to, you're gonna grow up and you just kind of have to. Like, it is part of the nature of this world. You're gonna grow up and you're just gonna start hitting people with hammers, fucking being a little gay bitch, walking around being a little slut. It's that's just part of your destiny in this world. In this
Well,
school, the school was made like rein it in, like get you prepared for your
okay.
future, and it's like the humble the future tunes so they don't go crazy mode, because if the tunes aren't tamed, like the catchers will come for them.
The catchers? Who are the catchers?
The guys who like catch the Looney Tunes that are just a little too out of control. Like they can't ever stop.
Wait, do you think the catchers captured Daffy at one point
Ooh,
and medicated him so that he lost some of his chaotic energy?
that just might be the case. That just might be the case.
So you're suggesting that there is a higher power that has laid the groundwork for this like school and this system to take place.
Mhm.
And if a tune starts to get like out of hand, falls out of routine, starts like thinking too big of themselves, that they have ways of reining that in.
Yeah, and that's why
Okay.
Daffy went from an unbelievably powerful cuckoo tune to a failure, to a loser.
And the only reason Bugs hasn't been captured by the catchers is that he's so mellow, right?
Yeah, he knows how to be chill.
So he's not causing too much trouble for the greater society of Toondom.
Mm-mm.
Because in the Hampton Goes to Medical School episode, they do explain that like some tunes don't have that like tune DNA,
Right.
right? Like that's like some are just born without it. They just are normal guys.
Imagine how
And
much that must feel like. Be like, oh yeah, you're not a tune. If one of these motherfuckers drops an anvil on you, it's over. You're dead, and you live in constant fear that your next door neighbor is Granny and her fucking cat and bird are just always at it. At any moment, Sylvester can get the fucking big cannon he has in the closet, shoot it, hit your house, and you explode and die.
well, that is something to think about because when we talk about our big battle royale, all the tunes fighting each other, what if, now hear me out, what if that whole thing is orchestrated by the higher beings
Okay.
where they realize that tunes they've gotten out of hand. There's too many of like there's just they're causing chaos everywhere. So they're like, let's have them fight to the death. And then
Okay.
we only have to deal with one of them.
All right. That's a little demented now that you put it that way.
You're right. I think we're doing something evil here.
Yeah. Now it's scary.
Would Wiley ever use his Looney DNA dissolver against like the masses? Would that be a weapon he could use on the Fortnite battlefield?
There's nothing stopping him now. That's an ability he has, is concocting potions.
Hmm.
At any moment in the Fortnite battlefield, he could throw his like potion onto like Yosemite Sam, and Sam will like do like, I'm gonna do a big run headbutt. And he does a big run headbutt, expect to smash a rock, and instead his head like gets caved in and he dies, and it's scary.
Now, here's another question.
Yeah.
Actually, more of a theory. I actually don't think Roadrunner has tune biology.
Okay. All right. Explain.
I think Roadrunner is a normal Roadrunner. He doesn't talk, he just runs. We never see him get hit by anything because he's just really fast naturally.
That's true.
I think if you could hit him, it would kill him instantly.
So you think what would happen is Wiley would finally get that potion on him. He'd be like, yes, but it doesn't even matter. Because
It doesn't.
He's not gonna hit him anyway.
Exactly. That's what I think. Like he could detunify him, quote unquote, but Roadrunner's just like he doesn't do anything like toon heavy, you know?
I think Wile E. Coyote could spawn infinite bimbo potions and other similar consumables. All right.
Well, I mean, we see in this show in Tiny Toons Looniversity, Wile E. Coyote is a professor character. He knows how to, use potions and science and crap to make stuff. Like he's kind of got access to a lot more like stuff, like chemicals,
Mhm.
than he does in the desert. So he's, using the school's resources. He could make some pretty gnarly stuff.
He's a danger to society. No wonder they had to like send him to therapy at the end. He can't control himself. Like Yosemite Sam, bastard man, but he's working an honest job in this show. He's a little security guard. He ain't doing anything wrong. Like maybe he'll get a scuffle with the bugs once in a while, but they know to keep it to the desert when they do it. Wile E. Coyote is putting people's lives in danger.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why they employ him at this school. I guess just to keep an eye on him, maybe.
I guess that's so.
Yeah. Wile E. Coyote should use his knowledge to make free HRT.
He could be doing that, but instead he's making fucking murder potions. Where's an image of like the Spider-Man villain? It's like, I don't want to cure cancer, I want to make dinosaur potions. That's fucking Wile E. Coyote in this one.
Somebody says maybe Roadrunner doesn't go beep beep anymore after the ray is used. Maybe that is his looniness.
What do you do? Like,
I don't even think your mic picked up.
I don't think so.
Noise.
I made a big screech noise there.
What do Roadrunners sound like? I don't think they're birds. I don't think they sound like anything. Maybe they just sound like the pitter patter of feet on pavement. Like.
What if he started like? What if he just started to have a normal guy voice and say like, "Oh dear, ocean has followed on me. Oh no, I'm in a real pickle now. Yikes!"
Well, yeah, because animals being able to talk is like normal in the Looney Tunes universe. It's not necessarily a toony trait.
Yeah.
It's something that animals can just do sometimes, as evident in that one episode with George the zookeeper where he talks casually to the animals. That's right, I'm bringing him back. I think George the zookeeper should have been in Tiny Toons Looniversity.
Here we go again.
What do you mean, here we go again? Nobody took me seriously. I brought him up. I hyped him up. I was like, George the zookeeper, yeah, let's get it going. And then nobody talked about him. Nobody left a single comment asking further information about George the zookeeper. It's like you guys want me to die or something. You hate me.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Fuck if I know at this point. What were we doing?
What are we doing?
Wile E. Coyote was making murder potions.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote. We always end up talking about Wile E. Coyote.
Okay, well, he has 5,000 shorts we have to watch where he does the same thing.
Maybe we should just stop watching him.
No, we're too far in.
We've committed too much.
Yeah. There's no going back now.
We can't let him go now. We have to, like, I feel so close to Wile E. Coyote in a way I've never felt closer to anybody else in my life. Well,
do you think the Tiny Toons we get sent to the Fortnite Island too?
The oh, now this is something I can't. Duh, we have new contenders in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people we can add to the battlefield now. This is going to shake everything up.
But here's the question. Would they have to finish college before they're eligible to be sent to the island? Or are they just sending anyone anyway?
No, I think they'd have to graduate. They'd have to become proper Toons.
Okay, so I think they're safe from the island, but hypothetically, we could talk about it.
Well, let's imagine it's, a year or two in advance. They've settled all their debts and all that. They've graduated. They get an invitation to the Death Battle Fortnite Royale. So they go in. Somebody asked, how fast would Chilla's cat die? Immediately.
That dude lands on the island and Elmer Fudd gets him.
Oh Oh no, not my beloved chillest cat.
Sylvester the cat gets him even.
I do think sorry, just a quick sidebar. I do think that Wile E. Coyote's detunification potion does have similar properties to the basketball stealing powers of the Monstars. I think it's all the same science. It's just different. It's basketball themed
Hold
and
up.
toon themed.
Let's take 3 steps back. Okay, ready? Step with me. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. I'm pitching a movie now.
Oh shit. Okay, everybody sit down.
This is my Tiny Toons movie. You're gonna love
Okay.
this. Some like super mega CEO fucking gets his scientist guys like Point Dexter and the fat scientist character, and like he sends his like ninjas to get Wile E. Coyote's like formula, and they reverse engineer it. So instead of making a detunification potion, they make a tunification potion. And the CEO
Ooh.
guy, he drinks it and he becomes like this all powerful guy who uses his toon powers for evil, and not just like fucking around with like one guy like all the evil toons do. Like he's not just fucking around with one guy. He's out for power and control, and he just becomes an evil guy. And he captures all the Looney Tunes, and then the gang, the main Tiny Toons gang, have to work together. And they find like Wiley like throws them like the last like detunification potion he has for the toon wormhole he's created, sucks them up, and they gotta stop him. They gotta stop him, and that's my movie.
I have an image in my head of like all the like Bugs Bunny like pushing the Tiny Toons kids like through the last like portal to safety
Yeah.
as they're getting captured, and they like land on the other side of the portal in like some rainy terrain, and like Buster is holding the last tunification potion, and like he's like looking at it and he's like, what are we supposed to do? We haven't even graduated yet. We can't do this. And they're all like solemnly looking down. But then like Hampton of all people, he
Uh-huh.
stands up proudly and he's like, "Hey baby, we got this, Buster." And he like grasps his hand and they kiss passionately.
And then Plucky like can't I get on this action?
And then they save the day together.
And then then they look to the show like, let's go, the 5 of us. And then the stupid paper diaper one's like, I fell through the portal too. And then he's part of the gang in this adventure.
The diaper mouse baby is kind of like the tiny diamond of the gang.
They're gonna cast like a man with a deep voice in this one. It's gonna be so funny. He's gonna have a deep voice. Yeah, Baby Diaper is my name.
My name. I think this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take 7,000 steps back. Let's look at each Tiny Toon and let's discuss briefly their pros and cons in terms of combat.
Okay.
So, let's start with Sweetie Bird.
Okay.
I think Sweetie Bird has roughly the same strength as Henry Chickenhawk. I think she's strong.
Okay, and she also has a stat I want to bring up. I think
Mhm.
she as she has, as we see in the theme song, she has the ability to smash the patriarchy. I think she has a stat increased damage against men Looney Tune.
I think so too. I think when she faces up against Foghorn Leghorn, he like crumbles because he's like the most just like stereotypical conservative like man Looney Tune
Yeah.
next to Yosemite, and they just like they can't handle her.
Her
They will crumble.
stats are fantastic. On the flip side, though, I think she deals less damage to women Looney Tunes, and that's gonna put her at a disadvantage, say, against Granny.
Oh yeah, like she respects them too much.
Yeah.
And when she's fighting up against like Witch Hazel or Granny or even Priscilla Hen, like she's gonna be a little hesitant to go like full power.
Oh,
On
sorry,
them.
real quick. Where's Chilla's cat in my movie? Absolutely not making it to the portal on time. Anyway, go on.
Oh god. Anyway, so that's gonna hurt her. Now, to be honest, there are a lot more men Looney Tunes than there are women. So,
Yeah.
and to answer this question, I don't think it would disadvantage her against Bugs, who is kind of like fucky with gender anyway. So, like, she respects that a lot. I think.
Yeah.
Now, Babs.
Let's do Babs and Buster at the same time. They're kind of a duo
they're
pair.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're definitely stronger together, just like the Goofy Gophers.
Of course.
they have that twinergy, so I think they could probably read each other's minds,
Okay.
just like the Goofy Gophers can. So they work best as a duo, but they're not incompetent alone. I think they each have their own strengths. Babs, as we learned in the first episode, has a very powerful digging arm,
Of
which will
course.
really like help her out if she needs a quick escape. You know, it's just like dig away really fast.
Digging it, digatana, digatana. Sorry, digging is a really useful ability in the Looney Tunes world. There's a lot of digging in Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, you can really get away from a lot of tough scenarios. Because let's put it in this way: there's a few Looney Tunes who are really good at digging, like Goofy Gophers, Bugs Bunny, Babs and Buster. I'm probably missing somebody. And then there's some tunes that would probably be absolute dog shit at digging. Like I don't think Yosemite Sam could dig like with his bare hands and like get in the ground and like get at an animal, or Elmer Fudd really. So
Hmm.
it'll come in handy. You know, that's a really great way to kind of like quick escape out of there.
I think Babs and Buster can match up to some of the lower tier Looney Tunes, but when they start getting into like Bugs and like I don't know, like Tweety and Speedy, I don't think their odds are very good. I don't think they're experienced enough.
No, and that's the thing about most of these Tiny Toons is they just lack the like field experience to really like really win in this battle scenario.
Mm,
They're still in college at this point in time. They're, still learning the ropes. They have their own funny gags. It seems like they've been, practicing at home or working up to it, but it's so rough. It's like a rough draft of what they can truly become. So that's always going to be a knock against them.
mm.
Now Plucky.
Now Daffy Duck is dumbasses Junior.
Yeah, Plucky has a lot of confidence, which is good,
But perhaps it's a bit of an unearned confidence.
a little bit. There's hints of greatness in there. Like you get the sense that Plucky is confident for a reason.
Mm,
He knows he's good, but maybe he's not as good as he thinks he is.
right.
So I can see him on the battlefield being very confident, taking charge, rushing forward, but I think that'll cause him to get killed a lot quicker
Yeah.
than like the other inexperienced one because he's very loud. He's very much like put your attention on me. I'm here. I'm standing in the middle of the field. I'm Plucky. I'm Fucky. I'm the stupid fucking ducky. He's there and
Yeah,
making
those
a
are the
lot of
words.
noise. So it's gonna be bad for him. It's gonna be real Plucky. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be so bad for you.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Plucky. I'm gonna pass it over to Hampton. I don't think things are gonna be good for him either.
What do you mean?
Porky's already he doesn't have okay. He's Porky like without Dark Porky is kind of a loser, right? Like
Yeah.
and like I love Hampton, nice guy, just the best, like just a great guy, but he's dead. He doesn't have a Dark Hampton form.
And that's part of his arc in this show is that his mom is a famous comedian,
Mm,
and so she wants him to follow in her footsteps, but Hampton's like consciously self-conscious. He's anxious about not being funny enough, and I think even when he does become a bit more confident and he's like, yeah, you know what, I actually am really funny. I can do gags just like the other tunes. He's not an offensive character, like, he's not one that's gonna be on, like, the offense, you know what I mean? He
mm.
he doesn't do gags to hurt others. He kinda does, like, self-depreciating gags on himself, and it's more about, like, kind of a like, it's supposed to be more funny than,
Oh,
like,
I
combative.
know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. I
Oh
know what's
god.
gonna happen. They're gonna be in a situation where okay, it's gonna be Hampton, Babs, and Buster. They're gonna be cornered by some big scary Looney Tunes. It's like Ralph Wolf. It's what is I don't know Gossamer, and then in the middle, of course, there's big Henry Chicken Hawk on tiny head on his huge body form, and they're not gonna make it. And Hampton, he knows what he has to do. Like Babs, Buster, you guys are my best friends. And
Oh my
then he
god.
activates his tear powers to make the big ones go away for a bit so Babs and Buster can escape. And as they're running, they hear a crunch.
Oh
Hampton is
my god.
gone.
Oh my god.
He's
I keep
gone.
saying oh, I keep seeing comments that are like Hampton is like the medic support character of the group, which I do think that given that they're young and inexperienced, they're probably going to be pretty grouped up for the entire battle. I don't see them kind of separating like any of the core Tiny Toons.
Mm.
I don't think they're confident enough. Is what I think.
So I just imagine in my head, this is gonna end like the Hunger Games. Like Babs and Buster will somehow like defeat bugs, and like now they gotta kill each other, and they pick up the detunification potion, pour it on themselves, and they hold like an anvil over their head, and then like the parents are like, wait, stop, fine, you both win.
That's how they can win. That's amazing. Dizzy's not making it very far.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's just a worse Taz. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, I mean,
have we watched a single Tasmanian tiger?
we watched like one. I think we've seen him once at least. I swear.
When? I don't remember.
I don't remember when, but I feel like we did.
We've like recorded over 30 episodes of Looney Duels with like 4 shorts each. Can someone do the math on that? How many shorts is that? Let me see.
I swear we watched one with like gum or something. Like they were stuck in gum. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I just watched them in my own time.
Ryan. What was our latest episode? 30 something?
33.
Do you want to know how many Looney Tunes shorts we've watched?
How many?
132.
Woo!
That can't be right.
How many of those are Roadrunner and Coyote?
Oh wait, but we have to subtract the like round ones, the ones that are like where we talk. Okay, it's 120. We've watched 120. Oh God, that's so many. We had to have watched a Taz one. No, I don't remember. I don't think we have.
I swear, maybe again. I was just watching this on my own time somehow. I swear, I remember a short with like ooey gooey bubblegum. I swear.
I like you. I feel like you're trying to implant a fake memory in me right now.
No, I remember. I didn't look this up. Bugs Bunny Taz bubblegum short.
That might be something.
Devil May Hair. The short is called Devil May Hair. I'm gonna leave this up on my YouTube channel.
Tasmanian Devil Bubblegum.
Found it. Wait, did we seriously watch this in the episode? No, we didn't. Okay. What? Okay. No, I swear. We
did not watch this one. There is no way we watched this one. You watched this alone by yourself.
No, I swear.
There, put this image on the screen right now. Put it on.
Hey. I swear. I've seen this. I've seen this short. I don't remember where. I swear we talked about this though.
You didn't. There's no fucking way.
Why would I watch this one otherwise then?
I don't know. Maybe you just felt like watching it. There's a few people backing up your theory here that we've watched it, but this is not like I don't remember seeing this at all. There's no memory I have of this at all.
I swear we watched this. I'm gonna go crazy. Is this like the
technical like first Tasmanian Devil like short?
I don't know if it's the first, but it's the one we watched.
There's no way. There's no way.
I swear, we saw. I swear we watched this.
There's no.
Why would I watch this otherwise? I just want to know. Why I remember this one. I remember so vividly. I just shot like. As in the tree with gum stuck to him. I remember.
No, yeah, okay. Somebody says here, you saw one where Bugs Bunny had an ooey gooey chewy bubblegum move, but not Taz. You watched this short by yourself at some point in time.
I don't know when.
because the reason why I bring this up is I don't think we've ever talked about like Taz and his like abilities or powers or like how he would fare against other
Wait,
Looney
no,
Tunes.
we did once in the multiverses stream.
Well, we didn't watch it then. You watched it. You talked about it then.
No, when did I?
There was no required
I
reading for
I'm
the
I'm
multiverse
no, I'm
stream.
I'm genuinely like having a moment here. Like, when did I watch this? Why did I watch this?
Why did
Why
you watch
why
this?
do I remember this? This is like not a childhood memory. This is a recent memory. Like in my adult years, I'm having a moment here.
Maybe you just felt like watching a Taz
That's not
short.
even remotely true. I
So,
don't care about Taz.
so maybe you went on our Boomerang account and
No.
used
Oh my god.
right, it's gonna be
I'm
okay.
like falling apart on stream for. I'm losing my memory. I'm like an old person. I'm an elderly now.
Can you put this image of Taz blowing a big bubble gum on the screen for me?
Yeah, I'm sure this is on 100 like bubblegum blowing wikis that document way too like closely like bubblegum scenes in cartoons.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the like more recent like bubblegum Daffy short that they
Not
made?
even a
Like,
little. No, Taz was definitely there.
like I'm sorry, Rand. I am trying so hard to like put a memory in my head where like we watched this. I just don't think we did. I
Maybe
don't think we did.
maybe Seat brought it up during the multiverses stream and then I watched it later.
That might be something. That's something.
Maybe
Maybe Seat brought it up and you were just like somebody said hallucinating podcasters.
I am hallucinating. The only explanation. I can't think of any other reason. I I'm like having an actual moment here. I need to post Taz Bubblegum on Twitter also.
I love this comment from Niall. Ryan, look in your heart. You've blocked it out of your mind, but you love Taz. You watched it for fun.
I don't love Taz. I think he's mid.
Now, wasn't Taz like here's the thing about Taz. I feel like there was a moment in like the late 90s, early 2000s where Taz was like the Looney Tune that like people got hyped about, you know?
Yeah.
Where like people were like really excited about
Wait,
Taz and there was like Taz on every what?
I remember
What,
now.
Graham?
I remember where I saw it. I was watching this video series. I don't remember by who. I don't remember when. It is a video series documenting the history of Looney Tunes. And when they were talking about Taz's first appearance, they used footage from the short. That's where I saw it. That's where I saw Bubblegum Taz. It was in that video.
So you didn't even watch the short.
No,
You like Taz, don't you, Ryan?
not even a little. Okay. We saw it. We saw that. That's where I saw Bubblegum Taz.
We're gonna watch this short for the next episode of Looney Tunes.
I guess we have to now.
We kind of have to. I think we need to tap into the Taz market. I think it'll be a rich vein for us to really like just go digging around in there.
Yeah.
Well, similarly, I don't have a lot of strong feelings for Taz. I never really liked him growing up. I don't have like I watched a lot of Looney Tunes as a kid as it appeared on Boomerang, and I don't think I could tell you like a single, maybe like one Taz short that like I can remember out of the like dozens there probably are. I just don't think I don't think he's guys, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that funny.
Yeah, I lean towards Looney Tunes. I think you can probably tell us by the way we talk about Sylvester and even like Roadrunner to some extent. First that Roadrunner and then Sylvester to some extent. Is that I tend to prefer the Looney Tunes that can speak. I think they're the funnier Looney Tunes, and Taz is like all just loud noises.
Yeah, I think it would be dishonest to say that there's like no funny Taz moments or like Taz isn't like a fun character because I think Taz looks awesome. Like when I look at a picture of Taz, I'm like that rocks. Like I love how he looks. He's like disgusting and he's got the big teeth and the tongue and he looks very fun to like pose.
Mhm.
But like I can't say I have a lot of, like, nostalgic fondness for him as, like, a character, you know? He
Yeah.
just, kinda makes noises and spins around real fast, and I don't know. He's alright, I guess. He's in Space Jam.
He has the worst joke in Back in Action where he like farts.
He farts in Back in Action?
Yeah, he like makes a bunch of noises, then he farts.
Wow. Okay, somebody said there's actually only 5 classic Taz shorts. That makes sense.
Yeah. Also found the video, and I'm gonna timestamp it too. I found the video I watched. I'm gonna timestamp it. It's there. It is. I'm seeing Ooey Gooey Taz.
You're seeing Ooey Gooey Taz. Great. Great. Thank you. And everybody go, stop watching our stream and go click on that video. Is that his first appearance? Oh, it
Oh
sure
yeah.
is. Look at him. Go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so relieving. I was gonna go crazy if I didn't remember why I watched this.
I love how it's like the bubble gum thing is probably is as far as I could tell, not even the central like theme of the episode. It's just like a gag that happens, but it made such an impression on you.
Of course it did. Of course I saw the bubble gum. Yeah, bubble gum. Sticky wiki.
Remember when we were talking about Tiny Toons?
Now, what is the last time we talked about Tiny Toons? Like an hour ago?
I was like, when this started, I said, yeah, this will be like a really chill episode. We'll probably only do it for like 20, 30 minutes, maybe. I was so wrong.
Well, do we have anything else you want to say about Tiny Toons?
I think I will be watching more of it, personally. I think I'll go and just kind of like check it out. I don't know if it's going to get more, like a second season or anything like that. I think it's cute. I think that if you grew up with the original or you're very fond of the original, I think it's worth at least checking out. I mean, what's the harm it could do? It's certainly no DuckTales 2017, but I'm biased.
Uncle Scrooge. Yeah, I mean,
I know I can do it.
you love cartoon furry animal characters, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think that the designs are nice. I like the animation. It's cute. It makes me smile. So I'll probably just check it out. I don't think I'm gonna like watch every episode or like get really invested in it or anything. But like, it is for kids. Like, it definitely is a kids show, and there's no harm in finding like entertainment in that.
yeah.
But I'm gonna be 27 in like a few weeks, and so this is not something that I would like spend a lot of time like investing myself into. It's just kind of like it's cute and it's nice, and I like cartoon animals, so I like it. So if
Gotta
that's something you like, check it out.
you gotta keep a Buster Bunny Yowie checklist.
Yeah, I got to see how many gay moments he has in the show. What about you? Any final thoughts about Tiny Toons?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, that's it. Well, I'm going to let's see. I'm going to go to our last episode of Duels, and I'm going to look at some comments. I don't think we had a ton, but I'm going to look at them.
Okay.
Okay, we had 6 comments. In a rare moment, I'm going to read every single comment.
Okay.
All right. So, first one I see here, Eve4918 says, if you were a Warner executive tasked with reinventing Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote shorts for the new generation, what would you do?
I would make them talk because it would make people angry.
Yeah?
I think that would make people really upset if they talked, and like there was like a celebrity voicing them too, in particular.
Like a Chris Pratt type?
Yeah, just like famous celebrity, and they go like, "Oh man, this is crack-a-lackin'" or something like that.
Okay. I I think that'll really speak to the modern generation, I think. If you want my opinion though, I think they should really go like avant-garde with it. I think they need to make a like 40-minute like made for streaming service like not really movie but like a little special or something where they really like tackle the relationship between Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner and it's like there's no dialogue. It's all told through like body language and like music, and it's really soulful. And
Soul?
people watch it. Yeah, it's got a lot of soul. Kino,
Soul?
good, fucking
Soul?
buzzword here and there.
Okay.
I think that it would really bring a new perspective to these characters. I think it would start a lot of discussion, and I just want to see them get really weird with it. I want it to be like psychosexual. I want it to just be like crazy,
Okay.
wild.
Can they be voiced by celebrities and talk the whole time though?
No, they can't. They can't do that in my vision. That's not happening.
Can like can Rotor zap or can Wile E. Coyote zap Roadrunner with his ray and it makes him really big and then he goes, he's right behind me, isn't he?
No, that can't happen either, Ryan. That's not happening. Okay?
Okay.
It's a beautiful piece of art that really makes you think. Really makes you like scratch your head, a real head scratcher, if you will. Okay?
What's the next comment?
Now, this next comment I really love because not only is it a comment, it's a discussion.
Okay.
It's two people talking to each other in the comments. And I love that. I love that there's people having a discussion in the
Oh
comments of
my
Looney Duels.
god, yeah.
So the first comment is from the Grim Yard, and it says, "Is there a possibility for a dark Roadrunner and Wily form? Seeing that the Roadrunner can show fear in the solid tin Coyote, perhaps his dark form activates not from rage, but from too much stress and fear if a situation becomes overwhelming for him. How could his dark form go? Would he be more willing to fight his foes rather than run away, or would his speed increase even more? As for Wile E. Coyote's dark form, would his intelligence be advanced enough to be able to craft borderline doomsday device scale weaponry and machines, much like the Tin Coyote mech? Or would he lose control of his intelligence and skills to invent and activate a more feral form, running on all fours, scratching, biting, etc.? Sort of like a forgo Wily form. And before we even get into that, at Gronkoy responds with so much. I'm going to read it all though. We're live, might as well.
Okay.
So Gronkoy says, "My theory is that Wile E. Coyote's dark form is the Tasmanian devil.
Okay.
They both have a similar color schemes: brown fur, black nose, lighter fur in the stomach area, tail. The coyote and the devil are very similar physically, but that's not all. The Tasmanian devil's first short ever is Devil May Hare, which features Bugs Bunny as an adversary. As we know, there is a good amount of shorts where Coyote actually goes against Buzz. Taz and Coyote also feature some similar abilities, like running extremely fast.
Uh-huh.
Even though Coyote can't catch up to Roadrunner, he still can sprint, even doing Sonic like super peel out, and they both have super strength. Now, this is a stretch, but Taz is usually described as having teeth like a steel trap. Could you imagine Wile E. Coyote being so mad he decided to eat whatever he could find after not being able to eat the Roadrunner? And that included one of the traps from Acme Corporation. Just a thought I had. And they continue in a second
Oh
comment
my
to
god.
say, and one more thing. Taz has been shown riding a motorcycle, which is actually pretty normal for most Looney Tunes. Even Elmer Fudd has been shown riding one. But the name of it brings up some questions.
Oh
It's
boy.
called the Acme Roadhog. Imagine, if you would, Taz sees the motorcycle of his past. He remembers the times he used to try to get the Roadrunner and decides to ride it one more time.
This is insane. I like okay. First of all, I think every Looney Tune has the ability to tap into their dark form. Um,
Mhm.
I think it's part of again. That's why the Toons are going to Toon College to kind of help, like, chill them a bit. And we know from the show even that Wile E. Coyote struggles to like contain his dark form. Even he has to go to
Yeah,
therapy.
it is kind of wild. I would have never in a million years made the connection that Wile E. Coyote and Taz look kind of similar.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
They have the same color scheme and patterns. If you just like squished Wile E. Coyote down, it's Taz.
He's kind of like I want to use this comparison. Kind of like when a salmon gets like really horny and they like become this horrible creature fish instead.
Yeah, Wiley is like a regular salmon that you'd see at the fish market, and
Mhm.
then Taz is like the salmon you'd see running up the stream trying to get some, you know?
Yeah.
That this is now it if Wiley is Taz though, I think the thing that is a knock against him is if Wiley turns into his dark form, that being Taz, I actually don't think he has much of a like motive to go after Roadrunner.
Okay.
Like when he's Taz, he has this like primal and like feral urge to just like eat everything.
Mhm.
When he's Coyote, he is determined
He
to
is
eat.
focused.
Yeah, he's focused. He's like, I'm going to get the Roadrunner. I'm going to get the Roadrunner. When he loses it and turns into Taz, he doesn't care what he gets. He'll eat garbage. He'll eat ooey gooey bubble gum if he has
And
to.
that lets the Roadrunner escape even easier.
Yeah, but at that point, Taz Wiley doesn't care.
He's lost.
He's
He's lost his ability to win, though. Like the goal is to get Roadrunner. It's kind of tragic.
That's so sad. That's a sad ending for him.
Yeah,
Like he turns into this like horrible feral monster where, it's just he can't handle it. He just like loses his sense of self and his, you know, what he's about. He doesn't have that drive anymore.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now some
Oh god.
someone is bringing up that they do appear next to each other in the Space Jam films.
Those don't exist to me.
Those aren't real. those are those are doctored photos of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's editing. They put them in post. They didn't want to embarrass Wiley.
Yeah. I agree. Um. To explain, also, I think the rarest dark form is Bugs Bunny, who we've never seen because he knows he is so in control at all times. He's never had to activate his dark form even once.
Yeah, I think sometimes the dark form kind of activates on itself. It's not something you can consciously control.
Mhm.
And Bugs is like someone who just has such a understanding of himself and his abilities that it's just not something he's worried about.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
All
the
right,
next
let's
comment?
read the next comment is from Dino Fuzz Art. Dino Fuzz Art says, I don't think the dormant god creature is the Roadrunner. I
Okay.
think it's Wily.
Hmm.
His powers, however, only currently manifest in the form of his worries and fears.
Okay.
He puts on a confident genius facade, but deep down, his mind cannot stop running through all the impossible ways each plan could go wrong. Despite his efforts to ignore it, those thoughts eat at him until the climax of the plan, when suspense and emotion are at a high, and the impossible becomes possible, and what could go wrong has gone wrong. And of course, it only works as a feedback loop. As the failures become more elaborate, so too do the nagging, intrusive worries, not even counting his biggest fear, being stuck in this desert doing this forever. He no longer does any of this for sustenance. It is just a looping reality of his own unknowing creation.
Oh my god.
So what Dino Fuzz is suggesting here is that Wiley has trapped himself in a time loop,
Yeah.
and every time he fails, every time the logic of the world changes so that it like makes him lose, it's not Roadrunner, it's his own self doing it to him.
He's like a Greek tragedy.
Yes, yes, exactly. He has gotten into his head so much. He doesn't even know he has these powers,
Mhm.
but he puts the plan out and he kind of is subconsciously like, this isn't going to work. It's never worked before. I'm going to fall down a really long hole or something, and I'm going to get hit by an anvil or run into a wall painted like a roadway, and it becomes reality because he keeps like projecting those thoughts.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's tragic. It kind of made Wile E. Coyote into this big tragedy character. Like he's kind of trapped in an ironic hell.
Do you think then that the Roadrunner is even like real? Or is
I
it just like an image he's projecting?
I think I think it's all in his head. I think it's like all just like this the state he's trapped himself in has created a character in his mind.
So he maybe at one point the Roadrunner was real. How
Yeah.
about okay? At one point the Roadrunner was a real guy. Wiley tried to chase him, he couldn't catch him. Just straight it just wasn't the Roadrunner was too fast. The Roadrunner moved on. The Roadrunner ran out of the desert into another territory. But Wiley couldn't let that go. Wiley couldn't stop like over analyzing that scenario of which how did how did he let that Roadrunner get away? Maybe he was like an alpha predator, like top of his game, was always catching whatever he needed to until this Roadrunner ran by and like he couldn't catch him. So now he replays that scenario over and over again to the point where reality has like been bending to like trap him in this time loop. And he keeps trying. He keeps trying everything he can because he just can't accept that he was never going to get the Roadrunner, you
It
know?
thought. Here's the thought. The
Okay.
only real Roadrunner short was the first one.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only one where the Roadrunner was actually in it.
Everything else, and that's why the Roadrunner has like gotten hostile sometimes, like when it not didn't used to. The anger in his head is creating new characteristics. This
Yeah,
character.
like the Roadrunner is super inconsistent in his character. Sometimes he's illiterate, sometimes he can read, and that's because the Wile E. Coyote hasn't actually spent a lot of time with the real Roadrunner. He spent one day with him, and then that guy left. He's not around anymore. So Wiley is like creating these new like personality traits. He'll like go, okay, what if in this scenario he can read, or what if this scenario he can't read, or yada yada.
Oh my
And it's getting
god,
crazy. It's like he's like he's trapped. There's nothing he can do.
that's insane.
This is a god tier theory.
Yeah,
I'm
this.
eating some honey roasted almonds right now. Delicious. Very good. Well, I got one more comment for you.
Okay.
A very passionate comment from Brickhead9111 who says, "Leave them alone. Here's the solution to your Coyote Roadrunner problem. Don't watch any Looney Tunes cartoon past 1964. All those cartoons are extremely well known for being terrible." Now, here's the thing. I
Yeah.
would love to leave them alone. I would love to not ever watch another one of those, but I can't. I'm addicted. If I don't get my bi-weekly like injection of Wile Coyote and Roadrunner shorts, yes, even the terrible ones, I will shrivel up and die.
There are lifeblood at this point.
Yes, how are we supposed to go on? Did you just hear that whole like outrageous tangent we went on? I don't think we've talked about any other Looney Tunes more than we've talked about Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
They're everything to us now.
We have made up so much shit about these guys. I'm in it now. I have to watch all of them.
We
If I
call
don't see every single one, I'm gonna die.
we said they were horny for each other at one point. We said like that Roadrunner was a god entity at some point. Now we're on Wiley trapped in his unironic hell at this point.
Now we're on the Wile E. Coyote is secretly Taz shit. Like we're going to every day think about them. Think about when you're forced to watch the same repetitive short over and over again, you have to get like you lose your mind a little bit. You have to kind of get in it. You have to go crazy. And that's great. I love that. I can't wait to watch more Wile E. Coyote shorts. And I haven't, the thing about that is I don't think we've gone nearly as far with Sylvester and Tweety, even though we've watched about the same amount of shorts for them as well.
I think it's because everything there was written clearly.
They're pretty easy to understand,
Yeah.
because one of them talk well, actually both of them talk, and Granny's there, which is cool. So that's cool. Well, I just have one more thing to say.
Okay.
I think we have to watch a Cool Cat short for the next episode.
We're gonna have to watch Cool Cat and Taz next time.
We're gonna have to watch Cool Cat and Taz.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Oh, well, before we head out for the night, does anybody have any last minute comments, questions, and or concerns about our
Concerns.
mental about our mental well-being.
I think there might be some concerns after
I,
tonight.
I I don't feel like I've had a coherent thought all night.
No, I think my after the Taz gum thing, my brain kind of fried a bit, and I just been like the train in my brain is like puffing along barely right now.
Well, Cool Cat is on the agenda for next time. Taz is on the agenda for next time. Somebody just asked, "Is Looney Duels always this horny? Only when Foghorn is involved."
Okay. I was just looking at the MILF. That's cool.
Somebody said, "Fun fact: Cool Cat has more shorts than Taz did."
That sucks.
We need to dedicate a whole episode to Cool Cat and
Why
just
don't we
like
just
only
watch
do.
4 Cool Cats next
That's
time?
what I'm saying. We watch 4 Cool Cats and we just like get it out of our system because we're never gonna have more to say about Cool Cats than that one episode.
Oh
Oh
my
Lord.
god.
Well, do you hear him coming down the drive? Chilla's cat in his futuristic car.
Is that her Uber driver?
That's our that's our Uber Java. We gotta go, we gotta get out of here. Oh, one more thing. Does anything we've talked about tonight actually affect like the power rankings? No,
No,
absolutely not.
not even a little.
Oh no, somebody said the last Cool Cat short is really racist.
I know about
Oh,
that.
no.
Yeah, the final Cool Cat / Looney Tunes in general short is racist. It's goes out with a
That's
bang.
horrible. That's horrible. I would love to talk about Speedy Gonzalez. We'll do it eventually.
Hmm.
I have plans for him. I love that little guy. I
Yo
love
Yo,
Speedy Gonzalez.
Is Yo Yo a Precure character? It probably is. Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, that could happen. That could happen.
well, thank you everybody for joining us. This was a fun time. I hope everybody had a good time. A 7.2 out of 10 for Looniversity. Maybe I'll go back and watch some of the original. I saw a clip where Bugs and Daffy were judging some like animated films by the students in the original run, and I thought that was kind of funny. So maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll just peek my head in
Hmm.
just a little bit. You know,
All right. Good night,
who's hyped
everyone.
for Cool Cat? Yeah, Cool Cat, everybody. Yeah, fucking
I'm
Cool
gonna
Cat.
end the
Woo! Bye.
stream.